The stadium that should have been all celebration instead felt like a courtroom. Cheers turned to boos and a single decision rippled outward until it became the story of the weekend. A ball crossed a line under circumstances that many fans and pundits called into question. Two players were shown red and sent off in moments that left both teams and neutrals debating whether the match had been decided on the pitch or at the whistle. At the centre of it all is a name football fans in Spain already know. José Luis Munuera, and his presence on this fixture turned routine match talk into something far messier. A broader argument over fairness, technology and trust in the game. For Barcelona supporters, the feeling was immediate and raw. A goal allowed under dubious circumstances, the kind of call that feels heavy enough to tilt more than a single result. For the opposing side and for many neutrals, the red card seemed abrupt and severe, punishments that altered the balance of the contest and invited suspicion about consistency. When rulings are so consequential they echo, they get replayed in living rooms and timelines, framed not as isolated mistakes but as part of an unfolding pattern. That pattern is why Munuera's name matters, because he has been involved in contentious moments before, and repetition turns controversy into narrative. A referee perceived as controversial doesn't just influence one match, he fuels rivalries that span seasons, feeds headlines, and pushes fans toward conspiracy theories that corrode faith in the institution of officiating. Technology was supposed to be the antidote to that erosion. VAR arrived with promises of clarity, fewer wrong calls, fewer scandals, and a cleaner competition decided by players rather than interpretation. But when VAR confuses as often as it clarifies, when minutes of review produce a decision that still looks and feels wrong to half the stadium, the technology itself becomes part of the controversy. Viewers question the procedures, which images were consulted, how the angle was judged, why the on-field ruling stood. The result is not simply anger at a single choice, it's a broader frustration at a system that seems either imperfect or unevenly applied. And in a league where Barcelona and Real Madrid sit in the same constellation of attention, any perceived imbalance is amplified. Historical grievances that once might have been whispered after a bad day are now broadcast, retweeted and debated by millions, transforming an individual referee's weekend into fodder for season-long claims of favoritism or bias. The stakes extend beyond social media outrage. League tables are tight and every point carries weight. A single allowed goal or a controversial dismissal can alter momentum, influence selection decisions and ripple into tactical shifts for the next fixtures. Club executives notice these swings. Players feel them. Fans never forget. That's why calls for transparency and robust refereeing governance keep growing louder. People ask not only for better technology, but for clearer communication. Show the angles, explain the protocol, reveal the criteria. If the public sees the process, trust can slowly be rebuilt. If the process remains opaque, distrust deepens and football's most dramatic moments become doubtful rather than decisive. This isn't about demonizing one man so much as asking a simple question. When an official's decisions repeatedly inflame debate, how should the league respond? Applause for referees' difficult job is common, but acclaim should not blind observers to the need for accountability. The pattern of disputed calls around a specific referee invites independent review, clearer standards, and perhaps even structural changes in how matches are officiated and how VAR interventions are explained. Fans don't just want winners and losers, they want confidence that the rules were applied even-handedly. Without that, the sport risks letting controversy overshadow the very genius of the games we love. So tonight, the headline isn't only that a goal stood or two red cards were shown. It's that a known controversy resurfaced and forced a league, clubs and supporters to confront the fragile bridge that connects decisions with legitimacy. Munuera is the name tied to the weekend, but the broader issue belongs to La Liga itself. Can it shore up trust faster than rumours and resentment spread? Can VAR become a remedy rather than an accelerant of controversy? Those are the questions club presidents, refereeing bodies and fans will be asking as this story travels beyond one stadium, beyond one weekend, and into the heart of Spanish football's next chapters.